This is the Anything Goes with Jackson Neill podcast. How's it going? And welcome back to the podcast. I'm Jackson Neill. Today's interview is with Austin Royale, a rapper from North Carolina, and had a really fun conversation with him. But before I jump into that, I want to remind you guys that you guys can listen to this podcast on any of your favorite platforms: SoundCloud, Stitcher, iTunes, YouTube, Spotify. Any of those you can find this podcast at. But the official home is jacksonneillpodcast.com. And since today's a video interview, if you're not on a video platform, go down to the first link in the show notes, click on that link, and it'll take you over to the website where you can catch the visual of Austin and I. So, Austin recently released his latest single, Problems, a song that I've been loving ever since I heard it for the first time. And he has his project Plan A that's due to come out later this year. He's been working on this one for several years now, he told me, in addition to all the other years he's been putting into music, and he feels like this is really his proper debut. This is a project he is super proud of. I can't wait to listen to it after this conversation. So, let's jump right in.
Brand out here named Holy Mountain, bro.
Okay.
I'm about to have a meeting with them because I think they're gonna help me do some of my my tour merch and shit.
Okay.
And they're like a really big printing company out here. They do like a lot of rock merchandise. But like I'm trying to be like, I'm like a rapper who's been doing a lot of like shows with rock bands and shit now.
Okay, really?
Yeah. So I don't know if you ever heard of Show Me the Body. I just did a show with them, and like I'm supposed to be doing some shows. They're trying to put it together, but like I'm trying to do some shit with Horror. I don't know if you ever heard of them. HO9909.
Oh wait, I think I've seen. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, they're really dope. They fuck with my music, so like
really?
I'm really trying to do some shit with them. But nevertheless, they do a lot of shit around here for rock bands, and they just sent me some free shit, and I'm supposed to be setting up a meeting with them or whatever. But yeah, that's
nice.
What's going on with me. I don't know what they sent me though. That's why I'm opening it up. I'm gonna let you see what I'm getting and shit. Open
perfect.
Shit up.
Yeah.
So like this is like shit like this, and that's just a postcard or whatever. But then this is.
Oh, that's sweet.
This is tight. I needed some fucking gear for real.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, I want them to help me. They sent me 3 shirts. I want them to help me design some shit.
Okay.
Like, I'm gonna work it out.
Gotcha.
Cause I really want my merch to be on some like also Ghost in the Shell tee, but I really want like my merch to really be on some like super rock influence shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I can see that with those kind of pieces. That gives that rock kind of feel to it.
Yeah. And I don't know if you've been like looking at my shit and stuff, but like that's kind of the direction I'm going in anyway.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've noticed that. I mean, like even listening to like your latest song, Problems. I mean, I get that kind of like that hardcore kind of feeling from it.
Yeah, but I got rock songs that's about to come out. Like
really?
I got rock songs on my project. Yeah, so like the next single of my project that I'm releasing is a rock record. But
okay.
And I produced it with a couple of other producer friends of mine. And there's no samples on it. We did everything from scratch. It's a rap song, but it's kind of like alternative rap, but it's like really rock influenced rap music.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and it's really dope. I got some good ideas and plans for the video and promoting this record and all that shit. And I got like a sample on it. Not a sample. I have a clip at the end of the record that's an excerpt from a Evel Knievel speech.
Oh, that's sick.
And I'm trying to I think they're gonna do it. I'm getting it licensed by the Evel Knievel Enterprise, so I can like, you know, just do it the right way and shit. You know what I mean? But I'm doing everything on my own, bro. So I'm going through the process of everything like that I'm doing right now. So a lot of shit I got going on right now with the music shit for real.
Exactly, yeah. Being an independent artist, I've just heard it's so tough, but like it's kind of rewarding too because like, you know, when it does kind of start to pop off, it's all you. You did that.
And it's also the thing I like about it the most is the learning aspect. Mm-hmm. It just really teaches you how to be your own boss, bro. When you really learn like the ins and outs of like, and it's deeper than just like niggas telling you what type of music to make and all that type of shit. but it's more so. Hold on, let me go to my room real quick. I need to get something. But yeah, it's more so. It's less about like. I really appreciate. It's really hard, yes. It's really challenging, yes. But I really do appreciate like how much I learn and just the feeling of just knowing that you're your own boss and just being better at being your own boss. Like learning like different shit that has nothing to do with making the music. Like just so you know that whenever you get to a chance where niggas want to throw you a bag or it's some type of deal or business negotiation or situation that someone with a lot more either money or even power or resources than you might come to you and want to offer you, you really know if you're getting like fucked over or not. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I really appreciate that aspect. I don't know. I like learning, bro. Like shit that I want to learn about. You know what I mean? Like
Exactly. Yeah, you gotta learn and grow. And I think something like you said, you gotta manage all aspects. It's like those shirts you were just showing, and you want to maybe like have that more like rock based kind of shirt. Like you're an independent artist. You have to take care of that yourself. You don't have somebody else saying this is what your merch should look like.
And it's not like I'm doing everything on my own. Like I have a team of people that I work with. But the thing is like I'm still calling the shots. I'm still on my shit. Like I'm still like funding everything out of my own pocket. You know what I mean? I'm still all of those things, but I'm blessed to have a team, bro, and I'm blessed to have like companies and entities that fuck with me, even though, you know what I mean, they just really believe in what I got going on when I know I'm not the biggest artist yet. You know what I'm saying? So it's really dope. Because I've learned so much, bro. I've been doing music professionally for going on 9 years now, but everything that I've learned is shit that I learned on my own, like trial and error, traveling, sleeping on couches, going to LA, living there for 9 months, having a manager out there, shit not working out with him, me coming back to the crib, like dealing with legal shit, like all types of shit, bro. Like I done learned so much, bro, and I'm blessed to still be here and contribute, bro, and to keep getting better. You know what I mean? Like it's really a blessing.
Yeah, exactly. Wait, so let me get this right. You were out in LA for a little bit and then you had to come back. Why?
So, back in like 2016, I kind of had like right now I'm kind of having a really good run, like momentum wise, and I'm being honest, like between like personal shit and just life shit and money shit and a lot of stuff, like the last run I had, like this one was really like in 2016, 2017, and it got me like I had got booked for it. Well, actually, it was kind of like I helped put together a show for me and like JK and like it was a show. You know who Ronnie J is, right?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was a show with me, Phrase, Ronnie J, JK, S. Brady. I don't know if you heard of him. That's the homie. Then Gabe. Like, you know, Gabe with the 3 at the end, he used to be called Uzi, though. He used to be in a group called Uzi with Lil Cyberspace, but it's like his name's Gabe, though. Okay. And the nigga, but he came through. Denzel was supposed to pull up, but Denzel didn't pull up. Issa from Underachievers came through, but I had a show booked out there in LA, and then I was coming back and forth, like having management meetings out there, because there was a couple cats out there who wanted to manage me. And then I got a manager, and I ended up just staying. He moved me out there. I was staying out in Highland Park for like 8-9 months. And then, but the thing is, the dude was paying for my lifestyle. So he was giving me bread for videos, photo shoots, paying for my Ubers, paying for my food, paying for my weed habit, letting me stay at his crib. You know what I mean? All of those things. And like he was a good communicator, good businessman. Like he actually has TED Talks on YouTube and shit.
Oh wow.
And but he wasn't the most. He knew business, but he didn't know music business.
Okay.
So I basically was it was an ultimatum with myself. Like, okay, sorry. It was an ultimate. Appreciate it. It was an ultimatum with myself where it was like, should I let bruh keep paying for my lifestyle and I try to teach him how to be a music business person, a music business. Like it took me like 7, 8 years to learn everything that I know. Like falling on my face, doing research, meeting people, all that type of shit. So I found it very overwhelming to try to teach him everything, to get him up to speed with me mentally, like in such a short period of time when we're adults and we all got other shit going on, and you know what I mean, and him paying for my lifestyle. So it's like him expressing his opinions and me telling him like, nah, I don't really think that we should do it like that, yada yada. And he's a really good dude, really good guy, but like, I've always been a get money dude, bro. I've always been a person that's like got hustle in them, some get up and go in them. So money ain't never really like, I'm gonna find a way to get the money that I need to get for whatever I need to use it for. You know what I'm saying? But I needed somebody who knew who was who could send the emails for me, someone that can get me in these offices and have these meetings. And now I have a manager now who is a really great manager. But we're still looking for. I'm still open right now to a higher form of management. Like the guy that I have managing me right now is a really day-to-day type of manager. I need like a power player. Like,
yeah, I know what you mean.
You know what I mean? Like I need somebody who can be able to set up meetings for me in New York and Los Angeles and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Instead of me always doing it on my own, which is cool. I don't mind doing it on my own, but it is what it is.
Sometimes you need that name, sometimes you need that name recognition to get that meeting. Even like, you know, they might not respond to you, but if they know, oh, this random dude is your manager, oh, we'll take that meeting. We'll see you then.
Yeah, exactly. That's my point. Like, and it's like I'm not forcing anything because I know everything that happens is supposed to happen, and I got some shit in the works right now. I got a lot of people watching what I've got going on and checking back in with me from time to time in New York at a few labels and a few offices and shit. So I got some shit going, but I'm mainly just focused on like staying consistent, bro, getting this project out, doing shows all this year. You know what I mean? Like I'm really just focused on just like making making myself as an artist. Like I want everybody to see me. You know what I mean? It ain't even about whether they like it or not, but I want them to see it because they're gonna like something. They either gonna like my show presence, or they're gonna like the music, or they're gonna like the content, or they're gonna like what I stand for. They're gonna like something. They're gonna fuck with something. And if they don't fuck with anything, they're gonna respect it. Because everything I got going on, bro, is all next level shit. Like I've been working on this project for 4 years, bro, and it's finally about to come out.
Yeah, I've heard about that. And, you know, you mentioned this momentum you have right now, and a big reason for that momentum is this single Problems. I got sent the track, love it, have been listening to it ever since I got it. It has that cool sound to it.
I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, I really like it. Can you tell me a little bit about like the track and how it came together?
Okay, well, where should I start? Okay, I'm not trying to go too deep into it, but like the song's not on the album. Okay. It's not meant to be on the album. I've been redoing the track list for the project. I have a final one, but when we sit down, next time I go to New York and we do the masters and everything, I might change the track list one more time. But as of right now, that shit's not on the album. But I really like the record. So my homie Jimmy Kelso out of Charlotte, he's a producer and artist out of Charlotte, and he's really dope. He actually has a song with Rick Ross that was out on the radio out here like a while back. Mm-hmm. And he just hit me up one day because we've been known each other, but we never worked. I came through the studio. We made the beat. Me and him sat down and made the beat, finished the beat together and shit. And then I was just coming up with flows in my head, and it was just, I just thought the beat was like a super lit like song for shows, because like one thing that people fuck with me the most about is my performance dynamic. Like 80% of the fans that I have now and the followers that I have now all came from performances. Like every time I do any show, bro, like I shut that shit down. It's actually me and JK, me and all the niggas I fuck with, bro. Like, and I kind of like admire that, because I kind of learned that and got that from JK and Denzel, because I've known Denzel Curry. I've known him since like 2014, bro. Like before, like around like Nostalgia 64 era. That's when I met him. You know what I mean? And I've seen him do a lot of shows across the country. I've seen him and Ronnie J do a lot of shows across the country, and JK. And I got to open up a few times myself, and just being in those rooms and those rooms and on those stages with them types of fans, I fell in love with that shit. Like the crowd surfing, the kids like fucking punching each other in the face, like
they get crazy.
Drawing blood after every show, meaning you did your job and all of that type of shit, bro. Like I really fuck with that shit. You know what I mean? So like, I always want to have records that are just gonna make shows go nuts. So that's what I thought Problems was, and I was like, I'm just gonna make this song. I'm just gonna put the homies on this record and make this shit as big as possible. And I've never kicked it with Goon in person, but we know each other. We got a lot of mutual friends. We both worked at the same studio out in LA at Rogue Black Studios. And then his producer, Idol Kid, who actually did some shit on Cuddy's, he did some shit for Cuddy on Passion Pain Demon Slaying. Idol Kid is actually the producer who also did Hellhound for JK, but Idol's one of the first producers that I linked up with when I moved to LA. So I know I introduced him to JK. That's how they got to know each other. That's how he did Moon for Denzel and JK. That's how he did that shit. I introduced him to him or whatever. So like niggas all just fuck with each other, like, and have mutual respect for each other. So when I sent Goon the record, he just hopped on it, sent it back. Cause I've been wanting to do a record with him anyway. So and then JK, I see that nigga all the time. Like when I go to Greensboro, I stay at his house. So when I went to his crib, niggas bullshitting around, drinking, kicking it and shit, recording. And then he just did his verse. And it was that. I mixed it. My graphic designer did the cover artwork. And we put the shit out.
No, I could definitely see that track like going crazy at a show. That's as soon as I heard it, I had to like put it on my speaker. I was listening on headphones. I stopped, put it on my speaker, kind of turned it up, and was like, okay, this is how you're supposed to listen to it.
Yeah, and I made like 4 versions of the song before we finalized that one. And I performed it twice. We performed it twice, and at both times, shit went up. Like, I did it, the last show I did, and you should check them out, bro. They're a really, really dope band. They're signed to the same label as Denzel, Show Me the Body. I just did a show with them out here in Raleigh, like, May 10th. And I did Problems, and the shit went up. Like, shit really went up, bro. And I really like performing in the rock spaces, I think more than the rap spaces, just because like the camaraderie and the love and like all that ego shit in the rock shows, bro, all that ego shit goes out the window. When you go backstage and you got all these rappers around, everybody just wants to act like they the shit, you feel me? Which is cool because you're supposed to think you the shit, but it's like
at a certain point that's just like being too much. You have too big of an ego at that point. You just can't.
Yeah,
even,
bro. Like legendary shit. Like old music. Like before the internet. Like you got like motherfucking like Janis Joplin and like Jimi Hendrix and fucking Keith Richardson and like, you know what I'm saying? Like you got all these motherfuckers like kicking it with each other. They're all from different backgrounds and they come together for music and they're getting fucked up and throwing fire ass shows and doing impromptu shit because it's for the love. It's not they trying to be cool, you know what I mean? And that's more so, I like that aspect in the rock community because like rappers are just like full of themselves and full of shit, bro. Like that's just what it is. Yeah. I mean, it's cool though. Like, you know what I mean? I can't complain, but like, I don't know. I think I prefer that environment better. I got
you. Yeah, I got you. So I've heard you mention this. You've been working on this album for years now. Just how did the process start? How's it been now that you're getting slated for a release this year?
Well, essentially, when I started, I didn't feel like I had the beats that. Let me make sure my phone ain't about to die. How do I check this shit on Skype?
Maybe just tap the screen real quick and see.
Okay, 60%. All right, I'm back. Yeah, I'm good. So when I first started the album, I didn't know nearly as much people as I know now. And I was working with the same producers, not the same producers as now, but I had in-house producers and I had producers that I was working with at the time. But I just felt like a friend that I was doing business with at the time, one of my homies, he was like, yo, bro, like, you're getting so much better with the music, so much faster, like faster and faster. You're just getting better and better. Like all this new shit, you make it sound better than the old shit. You need to get better beats. You need to just you need to find your pocket in the lane that you're trying to do, and really, because it's like almost I was getting beats that were like 7 out of 10s, but I'm laying down 9 out of 10 verses and doing, you know what I mean? And I just wanted the production to match what I'm saying and the composition of how I'm writing the songs, like lyrically and all that shit. So I started to learn how to produce, and then I started working with other producers on making my shit from scratch. And then I went and bought another laptop just to make beats on. So I started doing that, and I started just getting the production that I wanted. I started like experimenting more with like executive production. Like I have like on the album, for instance, I went and got an actual choir to sing on my record. I told them what to sing, the melody to sing myself. I directed them recorded it myself, mixed it myself. I also have a string. I dropped out of college before I moved to LA. Mm-hmm. So I went back to the school that I went to and went to the music department and put together a string section to record a string section. So I have live violin, viola, cello, guitar, and I have piano. So I have all of that shit on my album. I have a lot of live guitars on the album, and I worked with all the instrumentalists myself on what melodies I wanted them to play. I started writing like other shit for artists to get to sing on the records. Like I started making different versions of the records, rearranging the production after I made the songs, like just really like taking the extra steps to like perfect or try to perfect the music. Cause it's like, bro, like I really like how the machine and the workspace flow of how like alternative artists and like rock artists, and then in rap, like good music like Travis and Kanye, like how they make the records. Like they'll make songs, redo them shits, and then they be like, shit, all right, we redid it. Well, we slowed it down, and then you slow it down, and it sound crazier, and it's like, yo, we need to change it now again. Like, you know, I like the whole build and destroy aspect of creating. Like, I love that shit. You know what I mean? So I just started just experimenting more with how I made the music instead of me getting the beat, rapping on it, calling it a day, or, you know what I mean, writing to it, rapping on it, calling it a day. Like, I really just wanted to have a whole full-out aspect and hand in how I create the music from top to bottom, from the beats to the lyrics to the concepts. Like, I even do my own video treatments for all the videos that you see. Like, I came up with the concept for all them shits, like with the help of my team. But it's like an idea that I'll root from it, and then I'll get help with directing the videos. But pretty much all of the video ideas that I have, bro, were all mine, except for Move. Me and Yates came up with the idea for that shit together. But all the rest of the joints, like, I came up with the idea myself.
And that's so cool when you talk about the whole musical aspect and getting like the live instruments and the choir. I feel like a lot of musicians don't take that kind of time, but I'm sure it's gonna pay off. You know, when I can't wait to hear this album. Hearing about it is that when you take the time to make actual good music from scratch, it shows, and it'll show in your career, and people will be able to hear that, and you'll be able to rise above the rest.
Well, I appreciate that, because you don't know how ready me and my niggas are, like, for everyone to hear this shit. Because niggas been asking me to drop this shit for like 2 years and some change now. And it's like, I'm glad that people been asking me, but I want people to like really, really want it. Like, I don't want it just to be people who met me who want it. Like, I want niggas in fucking Brisbane to be hitting me up like, yo, drop the album. Because I actually been looking at my analytics, bro. And in the past year, prominently all my plays come from Apple Music. It's mostly Apple Music like streams that I'm getting. And in the past year, my dog tripping. But yeah, like in the past year, bro, I've been looking at my analytics, bro, and it's probably might be number 2 now, because I think Charlotte is number 1 now. But the number 1 city, and it might be number 2 now, was Brisbane. Is that New Zealand or Australia?
I can't tell you that. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
No.
I think it's in New Zealand, bro. But I might be tripping. But it's in that's like across the fucking world, bro.
Yeah,
Like and
that's
there's like
wild.
kids like running my shit up in Brisbane, and then like it's kids like running my shit up in it's another country. It's one. I think Brisbane's in Australia, and then it's another city called like Caire or Caire or some shit like that.
Okay.
And that shit's in New Zealand, and it's like out there, like niggas is really fucking with shit. You know what I mean? Like
That's
and
crazy.
I heard that out there, that's where niggas really with the rage. Like they really with all that bullshit. Like they really trying to like go crazy at these shows and really like wild out. Like, and I'm excited that it's like. And I've been getting like good like little like blog press, good coverage here and there, like Lyrical Lemonade posting my shit like the other day.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like I'm really, 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 really excited, bro. Cause like I got some shit under my sleeve, and I'm glad you wanted to interview me, and I really, really appreciate it. Cause like you about to get you got the first exclusive, bro. Like
Yeah, I'm excited.
It's gonna be. I'm about to start turning like I don't want to do interviews for everybody. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, exactly.
But,
So this is called Plan A. Why that name?
for two reasons. One, because I sacrificed everything to do music.
Mm-hmm.
I dropped out of college. I got in legal trouble. I fucking got kicked out of my mom's house.
Mm-hmm.
I've lost hella money. I don't even say lost, but I've invested hella money. And also, it's also a call out for the artists. So like, I have my company, American Millennials, which isn't something that I want to turn necessarily into a label, but I wanted to just be a creative vessel and a creative vehicle for self-sufficient artists. So like other artists like me who and it's not even just for that, like I'll get into that, but nevertheless, like Plan A, like if you're an artist or you tell your parents, yo, I want to be a dancer like ballet, mm-hmm. or I want to be a rapper, I want to be a musician, I want to be an actor, I want to be anything that's artistic, a painter. What do they always say? You should make sure you have a backup plan.
Yeah, I've even heard that trying to do like media and podcasts and stuff. What's your backup plan?
Make sure you have a backup plan. Bro, I study media studies with a concentration in film because I'm really into films. Like, I want to do my own film. That's why I that's why I write the treatments for my music videos, all of that shit, because I'm really into film and shit. And I like to use, like, a lot of my favorite independent films and shit like that in some of my videos and some of my content. But, like, they always tell you to have a backup plan, and that's why I call it Plan A. Because, like, actually, before J. Cole blew up, bruh, Who Dat just dropped, right? Mm-hmm. Everybody out here was fucking with him because, like, oh, it's a North Carolina nigga signed to Jay-Z. This is history. But to everybody else, like, you're not from North Carolina. But I remember in 2011-ish when everybody knew about J. Cole, but they used to make fun of him when, like, all of, like, the new melodic shit started becoming hip and shit like that. Uh-huh. And niggas used to make fun of J. Cole, like, shut up with all that conscious shit, yada, yada. But, like, he wasn't really selling like that at first. Mm-hmm. Like, North Carolina was on his back because he was, like, one of the biggest things to happen in North Carolina since fucking P.D. Pablo. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so you remember that song, North Carolina, wanna raise up.
Yeah, that
song. So, like, since Little Brother or, like, P.D. Pablo, he was the biggest thing out of North Carolina to come out. So we was riding for him. But he did, there was a convention for young music artists downtown in my city, in Durham. Mm-hmm. And Terrence J, who used to be on 106 Apart, was hosting it because he's from Greensboro, North Carolina. And he was hosting it, and J. Cole was the performance. I went down there to rap for J. Cole and give him my music. Mm-hmm. And my rest in peace, Uncle Darren, one of my best friends, Uncle, he was a security guard for all of the big rappers used to come in. I got to rap for Nas, bro, in his dressing room when I was 17 because of this man. Like, dead ass. Like, I'll never forget this shit a day in my life. Like, and I never really talk about it that much. but like it's definitely something that I want to share with people because it was like that shit was inspirational and changed my life forever and how I see opportunities. But nevertheless, J. Cole was down there and Terrence J was talking, and they had a panel, and it was Terrence J, J. Cole, and like some other niggas. I think it was like Ninth Wonder and some other niggas. Some shit.
Yeah.
And what they was talking about is if you really are 100% down for your craft, you know, or what you want to do, you will have no plan B. You will never stop until you get what you want. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like if you have a plan B, that means you're devoting. You're like a battery. You got 100%. You're a human being. You're in this shit, in this skin, bro, you're limited. Mm-hmm. So you got a battery. You got 100%. If you make a plan B, you got to chop off 10 to 20% of that 100% and compartmentalize it in case plan A don't work. But it's like, what if you just take that 20? The difference between you making it and not making it is taking that energy, putting it in plan B and put it all in your plan A. People tell you not to put all your eggs in one basket, but it's like, if you really bout some shit, if you really fuck with some shit, there's no compromising. You're not going to stop until you get where you're trying to go. You know what I'm saying? And that was really inspirational for me. And that's how I viewed everything. That's why I made a decision to drop out of school. That's why I made a decision to do all the things that I wanted to do and that I did. And I don't regret the mistakes. I don't regret the good shit. I don't regret the decisions because it shaped me as a man, helped me learn. I just want to share that with other people who probably can relate because I know I done met a lot of motherfuckers like traveling, bro, and like while I've been doing this shit so far, I've given up everything, bro. Given up more than me, been through more than me to do this shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I think it's something that's so cool about you and you've taken the time to kind of create this project, and like you said, you've been in the doing this professionally for 9 years. I remember when Rhapsody from North Carolina, she's from North Carolina.
Yeah, right? I got to play her some music too. She's a wonderful person, great spirit, yo.
Awesome, yeah. When Layla's Wisdom came out, I had her on my show, and she told me that Ninth Wonder told her that put 100% into it, and it's gonna take 8-9 years. But it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. And like I think for her, year number 9 was Layla's Wisdom, Grammy-nominated album, and it was just hearing her say that and then seeing what that album did, it's wild.
That's gems, bro. I didn't even know that. That's crazy.
Yeah.
9. That was year 9.
It's something like that for her. It was like she said, like it would take 8 to 9 years or something. That Ninth Wonder told her that, and she had been rapping and doing her thing for that long, and all of a sudden it was like Layla's Wisdom. That was the project.
Bro, if you go watch a video, they shot a music video out here in Durham. Her and Mac Miller. It's an old song.
Wait,
Mac Miller used to. Ninth Wonder is one of the Ninth Wonder is one of the first like producers outside of their in-house camp to work with Mac Miller. A lot of people don't know that. Mac Miller and Big Crit got hella songs with Rhapsody and Ninth out that they made out here in Durham. You feel me? And Raleigh and shit. And if you go watch that video, Mac was rapping his verse at the same complex where I threw a party on that same complex, bro. Like one of the first parties I threw. I threw like that's the second event I ever threw out. Out here when I started doing that shit. I threw a party, and that's when I first was fucking with like JK and Fame Life and everybody, and when they came down and performed. But it's that same sidewalk. Feel me? Like, and it's just like. And that's
the video where they're like rapping to the camera. They walk down the sidewalk.
Yeah.
I've seen that video.
Yeah, bro. That's like in my city. Like,
oh wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and I threw a party on that same street. Had everybody smoking gas out there, mad bitches out there. Like it's been like it was lit. Like, and I hold that shit so dearly, bro. And I thank you for talking about that because I've been listening to so much Mac lately, yo, and just been tapping back into like a lot of shit that touched me, bro, as I was growing up and shit. And I just remember that, like, yo, this nigga Mac was, like, in my city, like, making music with Ninth and shit. And it's so many people that look up to Ninth Wonder out here because he's done so much. But I really want to see him, like, I want to see Ninth get more involved in, and I don't know if he cares or if he don't care. But like, I want him to get more involved in, because at the end of the day, he's an artist. He ain't gonna do what the fuck he want to do, and a businessman for what's best for him and his artist, and that's super respectable because he's done that. And he's gonna continue to do that shit. But I really, as a fan and as somebody from North Carolina, and as somebody who's had their music passed on to him, and somebody that knows so many people that work with him, like, I want to see him like fucking like work more within the youth shit that's happening with the youth, like the younger generation. You know what I'm saying? Like, and he can make some fire shit. Like, I want to see him do more records with like Beast Coast and Joey Badass. Like, I want to see him like fucking like do more songs with more North Carolina artists that aren't on Jamla. Like, I want to see him do a record with like JK or something. Like, I want to see him do a record with like I want to see like Luke and I want to see like a Jamla Dreamville mixtape or something.
Oh my God.
You know what I mean?
Okay, that's asking so much, but I want to see that happen too.
That shit would shut everything down, like, for like niggas who really fuck with like rap, like, you know what I mean? Like rap, like that shit would go crazy.
I've been listening. Layla's Wisdom is one of my favorite projects of the past, like, you know, since it came out, basically. Like Rhapsody. Picturing like Rhapsody, Jid, and J. Cole on a track with some of you, like JK, you.
Bro, Rhapsody Jid track would go dumb.
Like,
there's all this JK, a Jid JK Rhapsody track would go.
That's what I mean. Like, I can't picture like all these people I'm thinking of in my head on the same tracks. Like, that'd be too crazy. That'd be so wild.
I know. It's just like niggas gotta connect, and I feel like, when niggas get the time, when niggas get the vision for it, and, you know, when the universe wanted to happen, you know what I mean? Like, it's gonna happen. You feel me? Like, it's gonna happen. But it's like I feel like everybody in North Carolina it's such diverse music scene out here. So many different people doing different shit and everybody knowing each other, that I think everybody's like falling in their niche and like really like plan to like bring everything back together type shit. You know what I mean? Because it's crazy because I'm from Durham and people fuck with my shit out here, but like people really fuck with my shit in Charlotte heavy, and they're like younger. They're like, because I'm about to be 24, but like all the people who started listening to me as I've grown up, like in the state wise, like just here locally, like they're all like older now and like having kids and getting married and shit. Me, I'm just still on some rapper shit, you feel me? Whatever. But it's like just trying to get shit out the mud still. But it's like, I don't know, like I'm glad that like the younger kid, like there's kids like 18, 17, 16, 19, 20, 21 fucking with my shit. You feel me? Because it's like I really want them listening, because like I'm trying to like touch people who and the creatives, of course, because I'm really trying to touch people who's really honed in on like getting their dreams out. You know what I mean? Like it's just a young man's game.
Exactly. Yeah. So I'm gonna have to go pretty soon, but I want to ask you this. You know, you have this project coming out later this year. You have all this momentum right now. Just how are you feeling? What do you got planned for the rest of this year? How are you feeling going into the rest of it?
What I'm trying to do, I got shows booked all the way until July. But I'm trying to do more shit outside of North Carolina, like the rest of the year. I'm trying to put together, we're trying to figure out when. I'm supposed to be doing a show in Philly sometime this year.
Okay.
And then I also am trying to put together shows in New York and Los Angeles, and then trying to get on a tour after the album comes out. But all the rest of this year, bro, is just letting people know who the fuck I am. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and just and more so just building the fan base, building a communal fan base. Like, I don't want people like, I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I want to be huge. You feel me? I ain't gonna lie. Like, who doesn't? I mean, there actually is a lot of niggas that I make music with that don't want to be super huge. Like, they just, cause it's like, shit comes with it. But I want to be huge, bro. And it's like, but the most important thing to me is having, I don't want it to be like people fanning out. Like, I want people to like talk to me. Like, I want people to come up to me, say they fuck with the music and want to have conversations about like shit that I'm talking about or how it relates to them, or sharing life stories and shit that shows how we connect as people. Cause it's like, that's what it's about, bro. Like, I didn't even start making music to fucking because I wanted to make music. I started rapping because my nigga showed me his raps, and I lied to him and told him they were good because I didn't want to hurt his feelings, but I thought they was ass. And I went home and was like, I might be able to do this better than him. And I started trying to do it, and then one thing led to another, and now we're here. You feel me? But you know what I'm saying? Like, it's people. It's like exchange of information and like energy and shit like that makes like crazy shit happen. You know what I mean? We're like fucking like, we're an ecosystem. You know what I mean? So I want to really like treat the whole everything like that. Like, I really wanted to be like that. You know what I mean? So I just want to just build this like huge family, this huge like platform. You know what I mean? That's what I'm trying to do. Like, I'm trying to just really like come through and just fuck shit up, bro, and just like do everything on my own terms. You know what I mean?
I got that. And hey, I'm up here in Philadelphia, so if you're ever coming through the city, I'll definitely come out to the show, man. I definitely want to see this music live. I'm
trying to. It's a little business situation I got where it is planned for me to do a show in Philly. It's just a matter of when and with who, because it's not just gonna be me on the show. So it's just we going when I know, it'll be. I don't know. Do you follow me on Instagram?
Yeah, I did. I followed you on Twitter and Instagram. Yeah.
Okay, so I don't know where your account is, but DM me after we get off the phone, and I'm gonna follow you back, cause I'm gonna post, like, whenever that shit does happen, I'm gonna post it, and you gotta pull up definitely.
Oh,
we can shop in person and shit.
Definitely. Well, thank you so much for doing this interview, man. I had such a great time, and sorry I have to go so soon, but it was really fun.
I know I was talking a lot, bro, but I be having a lot to say.
No, it was awesome. This is one of my favorite. Not gonna lie, this is one of my favorite interviews I've done in quite some time. So thank you for that.
Gotta be quiet, dog. Yeah, I appreciate it, bro. That really means a lot, for real. Like, I'm glad you enjoyed it, cause I'm really happy about what I got going on. I'm really ready for everybody to like see everything, hear everything, and shit. You know?
Definitely. Well, thank you so much, and have a great rest of your day. All right.
All right. You too, bro.
Again, a big thanks goes out to Austin for coming on to the podcast. Remember, go down in the show notes on whatever platform you're on. There you'll find links to all of his stuff, including his song Problems. I definitely recommend listening to it. And keep an eye out for his project, Plan A. It should really, really be a good one. Again, a thank you to Austin for coming on to the pod. And that'll wrap it up for this episode of Anything Goes with Jackson Neill. Thank you so much for listening. Remember, go to jacksonneillpodcast.com if you haven't gone already. There you can find all the episodes to Anything Goes, as well as episodes for my sports and music discussion podcasts. Also, if you really like the content and you want to get a little bit of bonus content for my interviews, some of my interviews on Anything Goes and my other segments on the sports and music podcasts, go over to Patreon. Link down in the show notes for that. There you'll be able to support the podcast and get access to some cool bonus content. It's just me that, produces, directs, publishes this podcast myself. I'm a college student, so any little bit really, really does help. Also, make sure to check me out on social media at JacksonNeill20 on Instagram and Twitter. Links to those, final links, down in the show notes. Music is CDK Sunday by Analog by Nature. Big thank you to them for letting me use the track. That's everything I have to say. Thank you so much for listening. I'll see you all next time.